So I was puzzling over this Dacite flake just now, and I knocked some flakes off, but I said, let's get this on video. I'm going to be going to a nap-in, so if I make 2 videos a day while I'm not at the nap-in, I can take a break during the nap-in and not make videos. So I should post as much content as possible. This is the natural surface of the Dacite, right? And it's just a big old flake. Now, this is high quality stuff. I just napped around the edges, and I can see already that it's pretty high quality stuff. So that's encouraging, but what's not encouraging is the original surface. Luckily it's convex. That's the first bit of luck. The second bit of luck is it's high quality. Let's just hope that the third bit of luck is that it's not snap in half type Dacite. So drawing the center line, I'm going to have to remove all this bulb of percussion. I think this is where the bulb is. So I'm going to have to skin off all of that mass here, all this stuff, and then preserve this side of the flake, and then hope to run cleaning flakes over that surface. So that's the general strategy. Strategies do change as time goes on. Yeah. Hopefully the strategy won't change. And I chose to work Dacite because I've been really hammering my wrist, so to speak, with tough materials all week. So whenever I can work something that's not as tough, that is to my advantage. Oh yes. Do I like things that are to my advantage? But of course I do. Let's see. That sounded like a nice flake. It's kind of curved. Why am I taking that down first when it could lend some strength to the final point? Because it's just too out of whack. I could leave it massive in that area. But I don't want to, because it's too massive. A little bit of mass is okay. You start getting into a lot of lopsidedness, weird things can happen. Unexpected things. I'm used to working with more symmetry than that, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work with more symmetry than that. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Should I take it down, really narrow it first? That's going to be my question of the month. Should I take it down narrowly and take it down quickly in the beginning, instead of monkeying around with piecemeal thinning here and there, thin it here and there wherever the opportunities present themselves? Should I just narrowificate it first and then go to town on it? It's an interesting question, very interesting question that I don't know the answer to, because you can do it either way. Piecemeal opportunism, or narrow in the beginningism. Yeah. Why is it an ism? Well, it's a tactic. It's like a philosophy. It can be considered a philosophical approach to knapping. Narrow ties it first, and then flakerize it. But I'm going to do the piecemeal thing because I'm used to it. I don't want to be goofing around with the dacite because it's not a goofer. Yeah, some types of stones are not goofers at all. They don't goof. They don't tolerate goofing around. Nope. They don't tolerate well at all. Tolerate it well at all. So you got to be serious. Nothing better than a philosophy if you want to get serious. Right? That's so nice, these flakes. I can't believe how good quality this is. And I worked for years with poor quality dacite, and I was thinking I was so lucky. I'm so lucky I got so much dacite from my buddies. Lo and behold, they wanted me to work the tough stuff to see how to do it. Yep, you learn who your buddies are. No, we gave you the tough stuff because we love you. We want you to learn the hard stuff because it'll make you a better napper. Yep. Aren't you a better napper now? Did you learn on the hard stuff and suffered? Aren't you better? Don't you like it? Aren't you appreciative? No, 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 and no. You're not appreciative? Well, if that was your motive, then no. If you didn't do it on purpose, then sure, it's okay. I appreciate the gifts. I don't look gift dacite in the mouth. No. No one should look gift dacite in the mouth. It's one of the rules of Flintknapping. Yeah. All dacite is good dacite. You didn't know that? You might be saying, dude, I hate it when you say that. I hate it when the dogs interrupt you. The dumb dogs hate that. You're not the only one that hates that. They ruined my mojo. I got some serious mojo going on with this dacite because trying to get in the zone, not think about it, and just go to town and get it done. What size is it? It's pretty long, right? 7 3/8. I hardly ever work stuff over 7 inches, so it's kind of a challenge. Especially with dacite. Why especially with dacite? Because it doesn't goof. Like I said, you goof around with it, it's going to snap in half. Or snap in fourths, even. You ever seen dacite blade snap in 4 pieces? No, and you haven't napped long enough. I hit a dacite blade so hard one time because I wanted a big bold flake, and it snapped in 4 places. I had 4 preforms after that one, instantly. Strangest thing I ever saw. Yeah. In the beginning, everything was weird physics because I was inexperienced. The newbies will come up with all kinds of stuff. I've seen stuff that guys hand me when they're brand new. They go, can you help me with this? Because I don't know what happened. I just hit it like I'm supposed to, and look what happened. And you see a big old dish in the middle. And everything else is okay, but just there's a big old dish in the middle, as an example. Or there's a big bite. or there's something that's really weird, something out of the ordinary, newbies sometimes create these knapping anomalies where it's amazing what they come up with. If we could just harness what you did and figure out how were you able to accomplish that, we could try to repeat that little thing that you did and make some really cool looking points. Like, how cool would it be to see a point with a bunch of dishes in the middle like that on purpose? That would be kind of cool. Yeah, those would be control dishes. Yeah. In that case, it would be truly controlled, yes. If we could figure out what that newbie was up to. But you never know. He probably forgot what he did. Chances are they don't know what they did. Yeah. Subtle things, subtle little things can lead to drastic changes in the contour of your piece, of your workpiece. But you guys that have been knapping a while, you know that. And for those of you who are new, you didn't know that? Dang it. I don't know, dudes. This is it's going to be lopsided because I got to get rid of some of this weirdness. I don't like it when it gets lopsided, although it makes it easier because it's going to get more narrow. Yeah, I got to clean off that weird edge there. See, it's got a square edge plus a little platform thing going on there. I don't know what that is. So in order to symmetritize it, I got to lose this side. Now I could make a big knife blade and just cut this part off and leave it really big up here. But I still got to skin that off. You're very optimistic that I'll be able to skin that off if I leave it really wide. That's too optimistic for me. No. I am not that optimistic. Now, in the process of doing this, boys and girls, you can snap it in half. Do this with extreme caution, what I'm doing. This is just hitting the surface straight down to knock off flakes from a thin area. Be very careful when doing that because you can hit the top of it and snap it across the front, or snap it across the face crosswise. Just because you want to trim it down and get it symmetrical, pay the ultimate price by snapping it in half. That's the ultimate price. Alright. It's at that stage where it's sweating time. This is when the workout gets intense. Oh yes. Alright. I'm just going to transition right into it. No breaks, just like I used to do. No cleaning up flakes. No straightening out this work area. No pause. Just go right into it. Is that a good strategy? No, but it's going to get late soon, so I can't be dilly-dallying. And if I take my time right today, I'll feel like I'm dilly-dallying and it'll delay my sleep. I'll be thinking about, did I dilly-dally? Yes. Oh, dang it. What did I forget to do? Or what did I postpone until tomorrow because I was dilly-dallying too much? I knew I forgot something. What am I forgetting? And so I think about what I'm potentially forgetting because if I get ready too fast, I get nervous. Like, wait a second. Wait a second. I wasted a bunch of time, but I still managed to get ready? What did I miss? What did I forget? I can't be getting ready that fast. So there. I don't do this. I don't go like this. But one of my daughters used to do that when she was trying to fall asleep. That's kind of what my brain feels like it's doing. Anyway, when she would do that before sleeping, I used to call it twinkle fingers. She had twinkle fingers at night. Anxiety runs in families. Yes, it does. The susceptibility to anxiety and nervousness and that kind of thing. It runs in families. Not always, but many times it does. My poor kids. Yeah. And it manifests in different ways with different people. With her, it was twinkle fingers. And she still, to this day, has a hard time falling asleep. Yeah. And she was one of those that would need to be driven around in the car for 10 minutes before she dozed off. So I would get her in the car seat, take her for a little ride. She was being fussy. So I'd take her for a little ride, 10 minutes, out. On particularly bad nights, what would happen is I'd take her for a ride. She'd be out in about 20 minutes. Turn around, go home. As soon as I turned the car off when I got back home. Oh no, you woke back up? No, it turns out she was never asleep. All that time. And when that happens, I have a name for that too. She was monitoring. Yeah. Monitoring. Staying awake. I guess she was enjoying the ride. Yeah. They learn. Yeah. It becomes enjoyable. These things that are expedient cures to insomnia. They're expedient cures for a reason. So it was enjoyable. That's what I'm thinking, right? It might not be the case. It may be the case that she just wasn't in a good mood or something. Oh, shucks. Yeah, that was thin. Dang it. And there was nothing really unusual about that flake removal. The only thing I can tell is that the previous flake was too harsh. It looks like incipient cracks. Yeah, it looks like an incipient crack. Because see how that flake stopped right there? That probably was an incipient crack I didn't notice. And it opened up. Oh well, let's see. That was unfortunate. But that's going to make it easier for me to clean that off. But dang it. Yeah. I got to watch those. I'm pretty sure that was an incipient crack that opened up. Because it didn't feel like it was anything different from all the other flakes. Just all of a sudden, it reared its ugly head. An incipient crack. At least now it's not going to be a snap and half-ish. Let's see. That's unfortunate. Dang it. It's less than 6 now. A lot of times this is what happens when you try to make a point to spec. Like the customer wants 7 inches or more. So you try to make 7 inches or more, and this kind of things happen. And so you have to start over with something else. This one I'll be able to complete, you know, and still have a point. Still have it. But if I was making it to spec, I would have to get a whole new piece. And that's totally unexpected. That incipient crack. Totally unexpected. But if I don't have to make it to spec, I'll just produce what I can produce. And that's it. I can still produce something out of it. So back in the day, let's use this example for creating items to spec back in the day. Creating any item to spec has to meet certain requirements is wasteful. You have to prepare for waste. Or you have to have enough material that waste doesn't matter. Large amounts of waste doesn't matter. Swimming in the material. You don't have to worry about it. You can make items to spec. That's probably a reason why a lot of guys don't do commission work. I've asked guys to take over some of my requests for commission work, and they said, that's okay. No, that's all right. Okay. What is this? That is very unfortunate. What is wrong with this scenario? Why am I snapping these? Again, completely unexpected. I've worked Dacite before, and this is not what happens usually. So this type of obsidian, or this particular piece, is very susceptible to incipient cracks or radial cracks. I'm using aluminum, which is the softest material I have besides antler. So it's not crushing, it's not overly crushing the edge. What it's doing is just causing incipient cracks that open up extremely easily. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Let's try something else. I'll continue filming. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Let's start over. Let's start over with the nodule. I can put these aside. I got a box for these. Yeah, I got a box specifically with broken obsidian bifaces. And Dacite. Dacite is obsidian, I learned anyway. Alright. It could also be, what's not helping is I'm transitioning from very difficult material to this stuff, which is, it's delicate. I was not tiptoeing through the tulips. I was just being gentle, but I wasn't tiptoeing. Tiptoeing means extra specially gentle. What is this one? This one is 7. Okay. Alright, there's a defect there already. I can see. This one almost looks like triple flow type of obsidian. We'll find out. Let's find out what it is. If it is triple flow, I'm going to have to be doing a lot of brushing, because those flakes, Dacite can be very sharp and splintery, but this, if it's triple flow, it's going to be tremendously so. Let's see. It actually looks like a sheen, silver sheen type. Kind of a sheeny type of obsidian. Again, not easy. slightly banded. Much darker than the other one. It still feels like a Dacite though. It's not splintery like triple flow. So I'm going to try to get some spalls off of this while I'm thinning down the ends. There is issues in it. Come on. There is some issues in the material, but not too bad. I don't think those bands will make much of a difference, but you never know. Yeah, I am kind of rushing it too, aren't I? I'm kind of rushing it a little bit. Beautiful. Yeah, easy to nap. Easy to nap. So was the other one, the one I broke. This actually feels quite similar, but it's just slightly different in texture. But it feels very incipiently predisposed, and it might have some issues with inclusions. Nice little spalls. I shouldn't throw them because they do break if I do that with this, with delicate material like Obsidian. Yeah, all of a sudden it's windy. It went from like 0 wind to like 30 miles an hour winds. I can hear it. The door of my shop is bumping around. Let's see. All these little noises, they can sometimes get on my nerves when I'm trying to do something quickly. I should probably take a break and lock everything down. Go check on stuff, make sure it didn't tip over in the wind. We got new stuff out front of the house. Plants, new plants. I should probably take a break. I should probably take a break and go see if they're okay. Yeah, let me take a break. I really don't want to put these, spend the time to render these two videos together. It takes time to put these videos together. You know, if I split the video up, I've got to merge them. Yeah, these striking surfaces are not ideal, but I don't want to lose too much width. Oh, dang it. All right. I'll pause it right there. How's that? Yeah, let me pause it. Let me upload this. And then if I have time a little bit later tonight, I'll upload part 2. Okay? So that's part 1. This is part 1. All right.